Apple released this blue-colored, ultramarine iPhone 16 Plus about a month and a half ago. And of course the regular size iPhone 16, which I have here in teal. But unless I'm seeing things, it looks like just another shade of blue. The iPhone 16 lineup is more colorful and more affordable, but let's be honest with each other here, not much has changed on the outside. On the inside, however, is where a lot has changed. But if we jump straight to the teardown and skip the durability test, the TVA would show up at my house with a pruning baton, and we don't want that. Luckily, I still have what's left of the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and as we saw from its internals, there was a regular normal sticky adhesive with pull tabs under the battery. Turns out that this cheaper iPhone 16 has new electrically debonding adherent under the battery that separates with an electric shock, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to electrocute an iPhone battery just to see what happens, after this durability test is done, of course. We should also find that the iPhone 16 has the same Stonehenge-style ring of magnets around the wireless charging coil as well, which is something my channel sponsor EcoFlow is taking full advantage of. They've even commandeered the same magnetic layout for their EcoFlow Rapid magnetic power bank, which magnetically docks to the back with its own corresponding set of magnetic magnets, just like a resupply mission to the space station. And not only does it look all sleek, magnetically secure to the blue iPhone 16, but it has enough juice inside for a complete recharge, 5,000 milliamp hours. Using Qi2 15-watt ultra-fast wireless charging, you can get 50% of that charge in about 42 minutes. It also has a kickstand for hands-free doom scrolling, which is important these days. If you need juice faster, the USB-C port can output 30 watts, getting you to 50% in about 25 minutes. The attached USB-C cord can charge multiple devices at the same time, like your iPhone and AirPods, or it can even add 4 hours worth of emergency juice to a MacBook, so you never have to raw dog a flight or miss a Minecraft sesh. We'll see if it can actually charge 2 phones at once, since I do have this other shade of blue iPhone 16 Plus to give away later if it survives. The EcoFlow Rapid magnetic power bank has an internal BMS battery sensor that checks charging efficiency 50 times a second for optimal performance. And look at that, charging 2 devices at the same time. It's a very sleek little unit. If you want an EcoFlow Rapid charger for your own iPhone, I'll leave a link down in the description. Seeing Apple release 2 different shades of blue this year is kinda trippy. One thing I do appreciate about Apple is their new ceramic shield material on the 6.1-inch screen. It actually does appear to be legitimately more scratch resistant than other smartphones. Working our way up through the most scale of hardness, usually I can feel the level 6 pick grab the glass and start scratching. But with this latest generation of ceramic shield, it still feels pretty smooth, even with that sharp level 6 point. The marks are still appearing, but they're so faint and subtle that I almost can't say scratches at a level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7 anymore. Almost. Slicing our way up to the dynamic island, we find a 12-megapixel selfie camera protected by the same slab of glass, and a super thin earpiece slit nestled up against the blue frame. This is a great year for Apple fans who like the color blue. The sapphire crystal-covered camera control button appears to be universally disliked. Nice work, Apple. Getting everyone to agree on something is difficult these days. Up at the top of the phone, we have more aluminum, 85% of which is recycled. And even more shocking than the recycled aluminum frame is the fact that Apple is using 95% recycled lithium in the battery, and 100% of the cobalt in the battery has also been recycled. That's a massive accomplishment, and Apple deserves all the thumbs up for that one. The bottom of the phone has our 25-watt USB-C port, loudspeaker, and the dual voice isolation and wide spectrum microphones. Zooming into the Apple logo on the matte glass back panel, you can see that the texturing is very much better centered on this logo than we saw on the Pro model, which is interesting. Apple has better quality control on the cheaper versions of their phone. Even over here on the other blue iPhone 16 Plus, the texturing is far better centered than the Pro Max that we saw a few weeks ago. And while we're here, I might as well charge up the giveaway phone so whoever wins it can start using it right away. Both the 16 and the 16 Plus have the same cameras, vertically stacked spatial sensors with the 48-megapixel normal camera on the bottom and the 12-megapixel wide-angle lens up top. The tiny hole in the glass is for a directional microphone, and the single-tone LED flash is plastic. Now, as far as the screen goes, Apple does have to throttle something to make the Pro phones better. And in this case, the pixel density is the same, the nits are the same, and the OLED panel is the same. Just here, the bezels are slightly wider, and it's limited to a 60Hz refresh rate instead of 120. But to be honest, ain't nobody noticing a difference anyway, so you might as well save yourself $200 and come pick your favorite shade of blue. Finally, the bin test. Choosing the cheaper iPhone does us no good if it's not durable, but luckily for Apple, and unlucky for us, the iPhone 16 is unfazed and unbendable from both the front and the back. The aluminum frame is just as secure and rigid as the more expensive iPhone 16 Pro's titanium. However, 6.1 inches feels kinda small to me. I'm used to holding my much larger Samsung S24 Ultra, and maybe the larger iPhone 16 Plus will snap in half for us. Swapping over the EcoFlow Rapid Magnetic Power Bank from the 16 Plus to the regular 16, and commencing the bin test again with the giveaway phone, we get absolutely no carnage, no flexing, and no creaking, and no compromising of that water resistance. I guess all Apple's iPhones survived this year. Leave a comment, any comment down below, and I'll pick a random winner to receive this gently used iPhone 16 Plus. And maybe I'll even throw in EcoFlow's rapid magnetic charger if my wife doesn't want to keep it for her phone. These are surprisingly inexpensive, and I'll leave a link down in the description. The blue iPhone 16 still has some things to go through, like electrocution. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you around.